Alright, what's going on out there? We have the Mul-T-Lock Hercular Deadbolt. There we go. Let's see. Interactive Plus. Secured by Interactive Plus. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put this on here and do a little how-to and installation. I haven't actually done the Mul-T-Lock, this particular deadbolt before, but I'm sure it's going to be just like most of the others. Let's see here. Got our bag of bolts, and here there's going to be ball bearings, some very small ball bearings. Please keep those in mind and do not lose them upon opening the lock. Ooh. That one's going to be automatically they sent me the wrong back set. So that was nice of them. Okay, well, I guess we're going to learn something right away. This is how you're going to tell if you got the wrong back set. I mentioned that when I was doing the installation on the ASA and the Medico. I could tell right away that it's wrong just by this. But okay, so your back set is your important measurement, and I specifically ordered a 2 3/8 back set on this, and they sent me a 2 3/4, unfortunately. I need to go ahead and do this testing, so I'm just going to pop this on here and make it work. But as soon as you slide this in, this is how you're going to know that you ordered the wrong lock. This hole needs to be centered here, but this is not flush. Notice how all the rest of these are nice and flush. This one is not. So they have sent me a 2 3/4 inch back set when I ordered the 2 3/8. Under normal circumstances, this will not work for you because this will obviously be in the middle of the door and hit the jamb as it swings shut. For me, in this particular instance, I can still make this work just because of the circumstances that we're just doing some testing on this. So, with all that mumbo jumbo out of the way, we'll go ahead and make sure that we have all the other parts necessary to do the installation. This is a nice feature that the ASA and the Medico did not have. This is already it's like fixed on there, and this is ice pick protection, so that's already fixed on there, so that's very nice to go right off the bat. Let's see here. Let's see how much that's going to stick through. Okay, so this is going to be our other measurement that we're going to need to know is the thickness of the door. All right. And with this one right here, you'll notice these little lines. Let's see if I can get a key to make it a little more prevalent here. Okay, you'll notice these lines. Okay, these lines here indicate two different measurements. So we need to go ahead and trim this down to fit this door, because this would be a thinner door. This is just a 2 by 6, so it's a little bit less than a 2-inch door, right at 2 inches. So we need to take this off. And that'll be good to go ahead and show how to do all this, I guess. Take our key out. Do not lose your key. We'll go ahead and remove these 2 screws. And this screw here. Take that out, and then what we're going to want to do is clip it at that next marker right there, just like that. And we'll put it back. Put that back on there. So if you have a standard commercial door thickness, you're not going to have to worry about this. You're only going to have to worry about it'll just install right on there. But if you have a residential door or an apartment door or something, this may be a step that you're going to have to do, which isn't too crazy. Okay, so we'll put that back together like so. We'll slide this back in. Let's see where we're at here. We need to make sure that when we install this that it's on the bottom. The hole is on the bottom part. If it looks like that, it's wrong. It needs to go like this. It looks good from this side. And we'll go ahead and install this from this side. Okay. Perfect. Alright, so with that all set up, one more step that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to come back to this baggie of tools, screws. Save your Allen head key. And then there's going to be these two screws. Those are going to be the most important. We're going to set those aside. And then we're going to have our ball bearings. These little ball bearings right here are designed to be part of your protection system. So it may seem trivial, but these are definitely super important. They go into the screw hole, like so. Oop. And of course I'm going to drop that and lose it. We're going to show you a trick for that here in just a second. So that's going to go right in there, right into that hole. This one is going to go right into that hole. And then now, as soon as I go to set this in there and align the screws and adjust everything, they're going to come rushing out of there. So, to solve that problem, we can take some aquifer or petroleum jelly or whatever it is you have available, and a little spot like that, just something a little sticky to go ahead and hold that in there so the ball bearing doesn't fall out. That's all it's doing. So we plug them up like that. Ball bearings don't fall out anymore. Very, very nice feature. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and line this up on here like so. And it looks like with the multi-lock we're going to have to undo. Nope. Well, maybe. Yeah, we still will. Okay, so we're going to have to pull that apart, and we're going to have to undo this little set screw right here, just like so. There's a set screw in here. That's what the Allen head wrench is for, and we're going to pull the thumb turn off. That screw's not going to go anywhere because it's threaded in there, but we're going to need to do all that to remove this to be able to get at the screws. Alright, so now we're going to take this and put it back in here so we can put all this back together when we need to. And we're going to put that in there just like so. Okay. Give it a quick turn maybe and make sure that everything's lined up. It may not even do that for me. Okay, so that's working. Where'd our screws go? Okay, fine thread, 1/4 inch bolts. Still need 3 hands with these setups. If anything, I wish all of these high security companies would come up with a way to install their stinking locks with 1 hand instead of 3. Okay. Alright, that's better. Okay, so recommend that you go ahead and put some Loctite on your bolts because we've now lubricated that area where they're at, so it could make them easier to back out. So go ahead and, if this is going to be a permanent installation for you, please go ahead and Loctite your screws. If it's not going to be a permanent installation You don't have to do that, but I would recommend it. If I wasn't doing this for a temporary experiment, I would definitely highly recommend that you use Loctite on the screws. Okay, so what we need to do now, tighten this down. That one down. And where's our multi-lock key? Go ahead and back this off a little bit. And go. Okay. I like to make sure that we tighten them up evenly, so they're even on both sides. Then we're going to go ahead and reintroduce that onto there. And put it on there and just tap it on with the screwdriver. Don't tap too hard because you can and will bend it, and then you will have a problem. Okay. So then we can go ahead and reinstall this thumb turn on here. Make sure that you install on the side where it has the indent right here for that set screw to go into. Install. And then tighten down. Like so, and bingo, you have now installed your Mul-T-Lock Hercular Deadbolt. We'll go ahead and put some screws in here and get this thing tightened down, and we'll be good to go. So for more information, check out the website below. Thanks for watching.